There once lived a humble farmer named Thomas in a small village nestled between rolling hills. For years, he worked his land with dedication and love, rising before dawn and toiling until sunset. His fields were his pride, and his crops fed not just his family, but the entire community. But fate had other plans. One terrible summer, a devastating drought swept across the land. Day after day, Thomas watched helplessly as his crops withered under the merciless sun. The earth cracked like broken pottery, and his life's work turned to dust before his eyes. His savings disappeared as he struggled to keep his family fed. Neighbors whispered their sympathies, but words could not fill empty stomachs or pay mounting debts. Thomas felt defeated. Sitting on his barren field one evening, tears mixing with the dust on his weathered face, he had nothing left to give. But that night, his young daughter came to him with a tiny seedling she had kept alive with drops of water from their well. "Look, Papa," she said with innocent hope shining in her eyes. "Even the smallest seed can grow if we do not give up." Those simple words ignited something within Thomas. He realized that surrender was not an option. The next morning, he began digging a new irrigation channel, working with whatever tools he could borrow. Other farmers, inspired by his determination, joined him. Together, they created a system to share the limited water from a nearby stream. Thomas planted his daughter's seedling alongside new seeds he purchased by selling his prized watch. He worked harder than ever, innovating with techniques he had read about but never tried. He mulched the soil to retain moisture and planted crops that could survive harsh conditions. Slowly, miraculously, life returned to his fields. Months later, Thomas stood in his flourishing farm, surrounded by golden crops swaying in the breeze. His innovative irrigation system had saved not just his farm, but helped the entire village. What began as his darkest hour became his greatest triumph. Thomas learned that adversity is not the end, but rather the beginning of transformation. His story spread across neighboring villages, inspiring countless others facing their own struggles. The sad farmer had become a beacon of hope, proving that resilience, community, and an unwavering spirit can turn despair into victory. And that tiny seedling his daughter saved, it grew into the mightiest tree in the village, a living monument to the power of never giving up.